So it's Monday, of course, and we already have our eyes on this Friday because coming up this Friday, the 24th, which is hard to believe we're entering Memorial Day weekend, but a fun time to be had by all at the Columbus Public Library this Friday from 5 to 6 with some live music. Cherry and Jerry with the Ragged Blade Band will be performing at the Columbus Public Library this Friday, 5 to 6. Seating is limited, and the event is free. It is open to the public, and wow, what a treat this is going to be. Some really great music that you're going to be enjoying and experiencing. I love that it's referred to as some good old-timey music. And to tell us more, to tell us what we really need to know about what we can expect at the Columbus Public Library, and for those of us that aren't familiar with the Ragged Blade Band, I'm excited to welcome to the airwaves Jerry and Sherry. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
You are welcome. Thank you for making the time. You guys are in St. Louis this morning.
That's correct. We are heading up to the Madison area tomorrow, and we're kind of doing a library tour, and the Columbus show is the last one we're doing on Friday afternoon.
Oh, well, we're excited to have you guys in Columbus. It's such a cool place where they have the performances at the Columbus Public Library. Your show is from 5 to 6. I was just letting folks know that seating is limited, and this is amazing, high-quality entertainment that is free and open to the public. So tell us about what we can expect. And I know that the full band, the full Ragged Blade Band, won't be there, but it will be you and Sherry performing. So let's talk about the Ragged Blade Band first, Jerry, if we could, so people know, the history, how you guys got together, and why you do what you do, because this really is a treat when you have such a mix of that special ragtime music, kind of jazzy, kind of bluesy. How did you guys get your start?
Well, I used to run a theater company, and I wrote musicals, and I had a band put together to do some of those shows. Long story short, again, theater company closed up, the band played on. I got interested in ragtime and kind of started giving it to the players, and they were like, what is this stuff? And but here we are about 10, 12 years later, and now the full band is now 3 of us. It used to be 6. And Cherry and I go out as Cherry and Jerry as a duo, and we focus on ragtime, early blues, and jazz, mainly from around, say, late 1800s to about 1920, 1930.
Okay. And what inspired you to pursue this kind of music? I love that you used to run a theater company, and I remember years ago seeing the show Ragtime in Chicago. And so that really, up until I started learning more about the Ragged Blade Band, that was the last time that I had ever, had that mindset or heard that type of music. What inspired you?
It was a totally random thing. I was decided, hey, I wanted to learn some new piano sheet music, and I was going through a list of free downloads, and there was a piece in there called St. Louis Rag. And I thought, well, it's named after my city. I've never played ragtime before, so let's see what happens. And it was a really slow learning process because it's not easy music, but I got interested in the history and started learning more ragtime and music of the era, and now this is kind of what we do. And it's been really exciting, and you learn a lot about America, a lot about different composers, and it's really rewarding to be able to play this music.
In the community outreach, too. We reach out to so many different communities. We're not about just playing it where we are. We like to go out to a lot of these rural communities, a lot of combine roads, and actually bring this music out to people who don't get to hear it, And the Madison area and Wisconsin in general has been particularly happy, and we learned so much more from the communities than we do any books about how musicians even came from St. Louis up to Wisconsin during the summer times to bring the music to some of the more wealthy people and even townspeople in those regions. And so we really love the community outreach part of what we do too.
That's true. Back in 2021, when everybody was stuck at home, we did a virtual library tour from home. And of the 25 or so shows we did, 5 of them were in the Madison area, including Columbus. So once we could get out of the house, we contacted these folks including Catherine up at the Columbus Library, who's been awesome, and they invited us to come live, so that's how this all got started.
And we get to go to a lot of historic libraries, like the one in Columbus. That building is a beautiful building just to be in, like the hardwood. We love the architecture too.
Yeah, absolutely. All these beautiful towns, especially Columbus, with those gorgeous historic downtown areas and all those buildings that they have put the love and the work into to sustain them, so we can still use them and enjoy them. It's fantastic. Yep. So, Jerry, when you were talking about, the history of America and the music of the era regarding ragtime, that really captures so much of what it is all about. And I love that you are keeping this alive. When someone asks you, well, what do you mean ragtime? What is that? How do you describe it?
Well, I describe it as America's first pop music. I like to describe it in layman's terms where Jerry puts a little academic spin on it. Like I'll explain to people, at the time people were listening to Brahms and things like that. And when ragtime came about, people thought that their kids were going to be led to drugs and alcohol. And the main difference between, say, a march like John Philip Sousa that people were always listening to and ragtime is that a march makes you march and ragtime makes you shake your tail feathers. And at the time at the turn of the... And at the turn of the century, shaking your tail feathers, especially in public, was a no-no. And so it was the music of America coming, a young America coming to be like a grown-up, So that's how I see it.
And to go academic, too, it was the black musicians using African rhythms on top of the European march bass. So it's syncopated in the right hand, and the march was boom, 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 boom. So that was, we might be used to that, but it was a totally new thing, say, in 1900.
Oh, and
culturally, it really is the blend of the two most dominant cultures here, African-American culture and European culture. It really is the marriage between those two dominant races that's always fighting. I always explain that to people, too. Like, it really is. Nobody can lay a super claim on it. It really is America's first pop music. It's the joining of everything that was happening. And every culture that came here, whether it be the Irish, whether it be the Jews, they all added their elements, their little spices to the pot of ragtime. And we dig out a lot of these songs done by women, men, Jewish women, and even like just women in general, black women. We pull out everybody, so everybody can feel like they're a part of what this was, and it brings out the young, the old. It's some type of music that brings out everybody from all different walks of life and young. You see the young people, and then it's a beautiful thing.
It really is, and I can feel your passion and your enthusiasm as you talk about that music. And we do have to take a break. You guys hang on the line, because when we come back, okay, I'm hoping that you can talk about some of the music that we'll be able to enjoy when you perform this Friday at the Columbus Public Library. All right, so hang on. Right. Really appreciate you guys being with us this morning. We have Jerry and Sherry with the Ragged Blade Band joining us here this morning on Hometown Today, a free concert open to the public at the Columbus Public Library this Friday from 5 to 6. You're going to hear some amazing music, a really special brand of ragtime, good old-timey music from Cherry and Jerry this Friday, 5 to 6 at the Columbus Public Library. And we're going to hear about, what we can expect more, some of those songs and what music we can look forward to Jerry and Cherry performing for us this Friday, 5 to 6 at the Columbus Public Library. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios, and excited to continue our conversation with Jerry and Cherry. They will be at the Columbus Public Library this Friday from 5 to 6. What a wonderful way to kick off the weekend. It is a free concert open to the public. Seating is limited, so keep that in mind. And get ready to have a good time. When we talk about ragtime music, I really got it when you guys described it as being America's first pop music. And so we are looking forward to the show this Friday. Can you share any specifics about any of the music that you guys will be performing?
Sure. Well, we will do some of the very famous songs of the era, of course. First, I should say, I'm Jerry. I play piano, and Cherry plays percussion. Right. So it's a piano-percussion duo. We'll, of course, be playing some Scott Joplin and The Entertainer, which is probably now the most famous ragtime piece. we remember from this Sting. It was from our hometown of St. Louis, which makes it really special to us.
Yeah, absolutely. So when did you guys kick off your library tour? You were calling it a historic library tour. When did you guys kick it off?
We are coming up tomorrow, and we're playing in Deerfield.
Oh, okay, fun.
And then the quick list, we're doing Deerfield on Tuesday, Sun Prairie on Wednesday, Wanakee on Thursday, and then Columbus on Friday. And all the other shows are at 6:30.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we're excited. We've been to them all before, and everybody's been so nice and welcoming, and we're really looking forward to doing this
again. We're so
again.
excited. We're super pumped about this. And we just love coming up to, going north after the snow has melted. We can finally move. We can come up,
Yeah, enjoy it.
Absolutely. We're talking with Jerry and Cherry this morning. They will be at the Columbus Public Library where they're going to wrap up. So it's going to be like an even bigger, more energized show, guys, right? Because you're going to be wrapping up your tour that you're doing of these historic libraries. The show in Columbus is from 5 to 6. Please know that seating is limited. So get there early. The show is free. It is open to the public. Jerry and Cherry, part of the Ragged Blade Band, which is from their hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. I bet you guys really have a special energy when you're able to perform in your hometown.
It is really cool. What I always tell people is I'm very interested in classical music, but all that stuff that happened in, Vienna and Paris and London. And here it's like, oh, this person lived around the corner or up the street, and you can go see those places and play the music where it was maybe played when it was written, and that's really exciting. American history, yeah.
Absolutely. To have that American history aspect to that, it makes it more special.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite song that you like to play together?
I like to play St. Louis Rag a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And what's another song would you say?
There's a early blues composer named Charles Booker, and he didn't publish that much, but we play 3 of his songs, and he's from out of Memphis. It's called West Texas Blues. Is one of our favorite tunes to play.
That's definitely true.
And yeah, he's just, everybody smiles when we play his music. It's just so nice and easy and fun.
Yeah, that has to feel really good to make people happy like that.
Oh, it does.
So you guys have a really busy week here where you're going to hit the road in Madison tomorrow. You mentioned Deerfield. You're wrapping up with the Columbus show at the Columbus Public Library. What is next for the band after the performance in Columbus?
We're actually going to Schaumburg, Illinois, and we're playing at the Prairie Arts Festival down there at 11 o'clock in the morning. Then we're doing some shows in town. Then we're heading over to Sedalia and in Missouri.
There's the Ragtime Festival down in Sedalia, Missouri. We're not a part of it, but we like to plug them and big shout out to them. But we'll be playing adjacent to them at this record store called Jam and Nugget. And we'll be headed at the Cole Porter Jazz Festival. We're going to be in Peru, Indiana. We'll also be at the Illinois State Fair.
Oh, wow.
And those are some of our crown jewels of our tour. We're going to be in many, many places. Please check your local listening to all the listeners out there. And we look forward to seeing y'all.
And we'll be back in Wisconsin in late July. And we'll be at the Dean House in Madison and then up into Green Bay. So
the Dean House is a very special. It's to me, it reminds me of the Columbus Library in that it's a beautiful turn-of-the-century building, and we really enjoy those type of buildings. I think we like those almost the most. We like the modern ones, too, but we really love enjoying being in environments that take people back in time. Like, for instance, we're going to Diamond, Missouri. What's the building called there?
It's the George Washington Carver National Monument. It's where George Washington Carver grew up.
And we love going to historic places doing this music because it takes us back in time, and it just sets a really great mood, just like Columbus will.
Yeah, absolutely. There is something very special when you have the opportunity, the privilege to play in one of those beautiful historic buildings. And, I really liked one of the little blurbs that I read about the Ragged Blade Band was about how you bring the music forward into today. And it's so important to keep that legacy alive.
Yeah, we try. We're not exactly traditional. We play off the sheet music, and Cherry composes his own parts. So it's something that you can hear the old-time music, but still relate to it. And
Absolutely. Yeah, we both have our musical paths are both varied, and so we both bring that to the music to today. But I also want to plug some of our peers here in St. Louis. If you ever make your way down to St. Louis, you can see a variety of acts out here that span from where we are and even deeper here in St. Louis on any given night. And we will also be playing in some senior communities for our senior friends out there who have communities. We play a lot of senior communities all the way as far west as Santa Fe, New Mexico, as far north as Door County. And so we'll be playing a lot of senior homes in the area. Jerry, if you want to plug one of those to let people know. We don't know all the names.
I don't know all their names.
But yeah,
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and we play quite a few of those also. And so.
Well, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on your success. You guys sound like a lot of fun. I can again hear your passion and your enthusiasm. You're really looking forward to hitting the road and performing live for folks. It's so important. And you have such a busy summer to look forward to. That's wonderful. And I loved how you referred to, some of these gigs that you have planned, especially the Illinois State Fair, being amongst the crown jewels in your tour schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And if people are more interested, you can find us on Facebook at Cherry and Jerry Music, and we're on YouTube and all the social media.
We're on all the social media.
So if you just type in Cherry and Jerry, music, we'll show up.
We'll show up.
You can hear some short videos, and
you can follow our tour schedule.
Find us everywhere you want.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to you guys showing up in our neck of the woods in Columbus this Friday. Again, the show is from 5 to 6 at the Columbus Public Library, right there in the lower level meeting room. And keep in mind that seating is limited for the performance with Jerry and Cherry. And the event is free and open to the public. And you're going to have such a great time. Really, folks are going to be in for a treat. And I certainly appreciate your time this morning, especially with everything that you're about to embark on. Cherry and Jerry. Oh, my goodness, you're welcome. And we'll keep in touch.
All righty. Well, thank you again for having us on, and we look forward to seeing whoever was going to be at our shows, and we'll see all y'all soon. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. Cherry and Jerry with us here this morning on Hometown Today. They will be performing at the Columbus Public Library this Friday, May 24th from 5 to 6. The show will happen in the lower level meeting room. It is free and open to the public, and seating is limited. So please keep that in mind. Jerry on piano, Cherry on percussion, and part of the Ragged Blade Band. Bringing that great ragtime music to us, a little mix of blues, jazz, some good old-timey music for you to enjoy this Friday from 5 to 6 at the Columbus Public Library with Cherry and Jerry. And we certainly appreciate their time this morning and look forward to them being in Columbus this Friday at the Columbus Public Library.